Hi guys, so I wanted to make an update video about my Eureka Spitfire tent, about some of the things I've learned since I did my last video. So first of all, when I had my last video, I had the tarp in the same kind of configuration where it's just kind of like sticking out. You don't want to do that because it's basically a big rain collector. So that's the first thing I've learned. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to tuck these in real quick. I just kind of roll them up. Just make sure they're completely under the rainfly. Because then they won't, rain won't fall on them. And then just start collecting underneath the tent, which I did have happen one time. It doesn't have to be real fancy, just so that the rain, when it falls, it'll fall on the rain fly and fall out. Or if it does, if you make sure you stake down like these corners, and that corner, if you stake down all the main ground points, your tent won't wash away as the rainwater goes on the ground and goes underneath your tarp, instead of in between your tarp and your tent, which is not something you want to have happen. Okay, so it doesn't take much. All you gotta do is tuck it under. And now, I think this tent, we can go and look inside. So, first of all, I guess I should recommend at the beginning of the video that you watch the first one. That you watch the first one before the update. But if you didn't, I'll give you a brief overview. This tent does have a watertight bathroom tub style floor. So these it has pretty nice seals. I've never had rainwater come in through any seals. It's only been through it's just like moisture coming up through the bottom of it. It is pretty, and that's only been with like huge puddles underneath it. So I'm gonna get my backpack just for a second and be right back to show you how I arrange everything inside of my tent. And then I guess I'll show you the rest of it. Be right back. Alright, so how I'm gonna, typically what I do is I just kind of set my backpack outside of the tent and unload everything, and then I'll slide. I kind of tighten up all the straps as much as I can, stuff like that. And this is only a 55 or 60 liter backpack. So it's relatively small. Bigger backpacks you do need to keep outside, but I prefer to keep mine inside the tent, especially if it's raining and you have to pack up. It's nicer to just have to pack up the tent in the rain. So basically all I do is I'll just slide it in at the very end of the tent. I'll slide it in at the very end of it, and then with the rest of the room, or there's a couple different orientations you can put it in. And what I'll do is I'll like put my sleeping bag head here, and use my pillow as a I'm going to use my clothes as a pillow. and then just kind of spread my feet out down there with the tent bag and sleeping bag stuff sack at the back. Of course, empty pockets of and cargo racks or cargo pockets there. So yeah, my backpack can fit in there. It is very tight. There's not very much room to move around. I am looking at some other tents, possibly the Copen Maelstrom 2P. The Copen Maelstrom 2P is it's a pretty nice tent. A friend of mine has it. I've looked inside. It's very roomy. It has a external vestibule, but unlike this one, which has an internal vestibule. But this one is a little bit smaller and a little bit more lightweight, so it'll be a bit of a change if I got that one. But it's meant for 2 people, which of course I like to spread out my gear a little bit more, so they're not all crunched up or packed up at the front, because they can get condensation if they're like touching the sides of the tent. I never like condensation on all my gear, so I don't know, having a little more room would be nice, but it works for me. So if you have any other questions about it, put in the comments, and I might use a 3rd video. But it's pretty nice. I've sat through my troop. A Boy Scout troop went through a search and rescue merit badge a couple weekends ago, and it rained and it was very, very windy. We had at least 6 tents, regular dome tents, not very low to the ground. Rain flies just lift off, and if it wasn't for the stakes and their gear inside, they would have been in a lake. So this thing, it stood up to quite a few winds, especially when you stake it down. I think I have some tie downs in my tent bag to tie down your rain fly more, but it's pretty nice. It's taken me through a lot of backpacking trips, a lot of wind, a lot of rain, some thunderstorms. Haven't had any problems with it. I love the tent. It's relatively cheap. I got it off of Amazon, about around $100 for most backpacking tents. I'm pretty sure this one was as well. So yeah, I really like this tent. If you have any more questions about it, please post in the comments. And thank you for watching the update. And I might keep watching for more backpacking videos, because I do a lot of camping. I do more gaming videos nowadays than camping, but I will still do them, especially if there's enough of a need for them. So yeah, thank you for watching, and continue